It's time for Growing Hope, the show determined to grow up hearts open to pursue the extraordinary. Because you are extraordinary! And now, it's your host, Catherine Lang.
Hello there, and welcome to Growing Hope. I am Catherine Lang, your Hope Smith extraordinaire, on a journey to scatter seeds of hope throughout the world, because hope makes it all a little bit easier. Hope makes it all possible. When we have hope, when we're invested in hope, then we open doors of possibilities that do not exist otherwise. We cannot see those possibilities without hope clearing the way. And we need more hope to have the courage to walk out our unique design. When you know you and you know your unique design, the world is still going to try to hold you back and keep you from doing what it is that only you can do. Only you can accomplish what you are uniquely designed to do. There's nobody else who can do it because there's only one you. But the world does all it can. It throws all these detours and distractions and squirrels and whatever you want to call them. It tries to get in the way of you living out your unique design, of you building your best life. Because if the world can convince you that any path other than your path is the path that you need to take, then the world keeps you from walking down your path. Instead of walking the road less traveled, what you end up doing is walking the same old that everybody else is walking. So we are on this journey to define our uniqueness and to live it out and to keep on keeping on. And this week, our focus is on how to keep dreaming. Because if you're going to do more and be better and get past this moment to the next, then you have to keep dreaming. And today we're going to look at how we can see beyond the world's limits. Because just because the world says it's a limit, just because the world says it's the stop sign, just because the world puts up a poster that says pavement ends here, doesn't mean we have to stop. So first, your dream is a real job. Second, surround yourself with fellow dreamers. Third, dare to try something new. Fourth, set impossible goals. And fifth, let historic dreamers inspire you. Because when we see what other people are doing, when we see the path that other people have walked, then we can be encouraged to do our own uniqueness, to walk out our own path, to do things just a little bit different than the people around us. And in order to be you, you're going to have to do things a little bit different than the people around you. And that includes your family and your friends and your high school teachers and your elementary school teachers and your Sunday school teacher, because your path is unique to you. You have to find your way. I was encouraged. I was very blessed to be encouraged by my uncle to walk to the beat of your own drum. And most people who know my uncle know he doesn't even use a drum. He's so on his own beat. He doesn't even need a drum to get there. But despite all of this encouragement from him, and even really encouragement from my parents not to conform, I found myself incrementally conforming to the rules and regulations of other people. And each time I found myself conforming, I found myself in a box. And it was a box of my own building. Nobody else put me in this box. I built my own box around me based on the designs of the people who had my ear. And so when I would recognize that I was in the box, I would get out of the box, or I'd break down the walls or do something and start back down this path to the beat of my own drum. Never went as far as my uncle. I have yet to stand on the roof in a Superwoman outfit, but I do have a cape. But the thing is, I have to continuously, consistently get to that place where my journey is so important to me that I don't allow other people to set the rules and the regulations for what is and is not possible. The first thing is that your dream is a real job. There is nothing that frustrates me more than to hear people say, when you spill your heart and you share what zings your heart and you are all excited and you're all ready to go, let's do this, let's do this. And they say, but how are you going to make money? And they just pop that balloon with a sharp old pen, and you're just deflated. You just kind of go, and then you're just laying there not sure what to do next. The truth is that when you are pursuing your dreams, that it is a real job. A job doesn't have to be something you clock into. A job is something that you do that helps others and that others are willing to pay for that help. That's it. That's it. That's what a job is. If you go to your local five and dime and you walk in, the people who help you are working a job. The people who stock the shelves are working a job. The person who built the building, it did a job. The person who designed the building did a job. And each and every one of them can be equally enjoying the journey if it's their unique design. Because your unique design, your big dreams are just as important, just as valuable, and just as much a true job as anyone else. When my grandmother first heard that I was going to write, that I wanted to write, that was something that stirred me, she said that they're called starving artists for a reason. Now, I don't know if she did that fully to deter me from taking that path, but it did. It made me hesitate and think, well, I need to get a real job. I can't do what I want to do. I can't do what I feel like is my journey. Flash forward many years, and I'm pursuing my writing. I am a full-time content writer. I'm writing books. I'm writing for a local newspaper. And now I want to speak. I want to share encouragement. I want to grow hope into the hearts of all those I encounter. And I was told, you can't make a living doing that. Well, I believed him for about 10 years. And now I understand, if you look around, Oprah makes a living sharing hope and encouragement. There are multiple speakers out there that make a living sharing hope and encouragement. They are doing what stirs their heart, with the intent of helping others. Because you have to go back to love God, love others, and everything else falls into place. But your dream is important, and it is a real job. The second thing is you need to surround yourself with as many dreamers as you can find. Fellow dreamers will fuel the dreams of fellow dreamers. They don't carry pins around to deflate your balloon. They want to see you take flight, because if you take flight and you move into all your possibilities, that means that they can too. It is just inspiration. It is just fuel for their fire when they see other people's taking off and doing what they are uniquely designed to do. So look for fellow believers, fellow dreamers. If you don't have people right now that you can go to and you can share your dreams, reach out to me. Just connect with me. Let me know. Set up a call, send me an email, share your dreams, because we need to be sharing and surrounding ourselves with people that are daring to dream. We need people around us who say that these limits don't hold me down. These rules and restrictions don't keep me tethered. If it weren't for dreamers, we would not be able to fly across the world. Someone had to dare to dream, and then they had to dare to pursue. And it really helped that they had people around them that encouraged that dream. That's what you want to be invested in, is other people who dare to dream. Find people who are challenging the status quo, not just with the words, but with their actions. They are doing what they dare to dream. They are pursuing what they dare to dream. And the more you find these people, the more you'll draw more of them. And pretty soon, y'all will be in a position to dare to change the world. The third thing is that you want to try something new, or try it in a new way. Many years ago, our oven went out at Thanksgiving, and we were hosting Thanksgiving. So I had to try new ways to cook different dishes that I would have normally put in the oven in order to be able to feed everybody when they got there. Fortunately, I had a crock pot island, so I had like 5 crock pots, and I was able to cook almost everything that you can think of, and then some in the crock pot. Well, it gave me inspiration. Once I dared to try that, I was willing to try anything in a crock pot. And I still do. If I know that there's a dish I want to try, I'll throw it all in a crock pot and I'll see what happens. For the record, slow cook for a long period of time, pasta is not an option. Pasta turns into gravy if you leave it slow cooking for a long time. But I wouldn't know that if I hadn't dared to try something new. When you try new things, you stretch your imagination, you stretch your abilities, and you increase in your willingness to try something new. The more you try, the more you're willing to try. And the more you're willing to try, the more opportunities, the more inspiration, the more possibilities you're going to open up so that you can continue on this journey. And with each seed that you plant and each thing that you grow up, you open the doorway for more dreams, bigger dreams, bolder dreams that will take you even further than you ever imagined possible before you tried something new. When you try something new, you see beyond the limits that were there before, and you expand your ability to go past those limits. The fourth thing is that you want to set impossible goals. This is totally against everything that I have ever heard in any course anywhere, but I'm a firm believer of impossible goals. Big, hairy, audacious goal. Not going to get there today. Big old dreams. That's what we're doing. Big old dreams. And I want them to be a little bit impossible and a little bit scary, or they're not big enough. If I know that I can do it right now, then it is not big enough to challenge me, to get me to dream the impossible dreams, to get me to pursue those dreams. So it needs to be big, bigger than anything that I have imagined. Many years ago, I was doing National Novel Writing Month, and I realized I was doing my full-time content writing for clients, and I was doing National Novel Writing Month. For those who don't know, it happens in November. Your goal is to write 50,000 words in 1 month. And I wrote 50,000 words on a brand new novel in 1 month while working as a full-time content writer, homeschooling my kids, and helping to take care of family members. I got so much done that month. I challenged myself the next year to do it all year. What if I wrote 1 million words in 1 year? So I set about a plan that would push me beyond anything I had ever done. I had never accomplished something that big. The 50,000 words in 1 month was huge for me. And by doing little bits every day, by the end of the year, I had written full-time for several clients. I had also written personally over 1 million words in 1 year. That was huge for me. It's because I dared to dream an impossible dream. Now, I still am trying to expand that. So every year I have written down, I'm going to write 2 million words. So far, I haven't done the little bits that have gotten me there. I've allowed the distractions to get me off course. I've also built a couple of boxes. But I still dare to dream big because it's the only way that I'm going to reach those big dream goals, is to dare to dream big. Set those impossible goals. And finally, look at history. Look at the historical kind of people that can inspire you to keep dreaming. Henry Ford is a good example. Henry Ford started two different automobile companies that went bankrupt, that went under, or they didn't work. It was his third time that was the charm for him. He just had to keep going. Here's another one. Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders at 65 years old. So see, age is not an excuse. He is a perfect big dreamer at an older age. At 65, his chicken restaurant was going under. So he took his chicken recipe and tried to sell it to other people. He tried over 1,000 times to sell that chicken recipe before somebody finally bought it. Over 1,000 times. But he kept dreaming and he kept pursuing his dream. And I mentioned her before, Oprah Winfrey. She was fired from her first job because she got too emotionally involved in the stories. So she took what somebody else considered a weakness and she leaned into that. And now look where she is. Imagine what you can do when you take your strengths, even if somebody else declares it's a weakness. If you take those strengths and you lean fully into them, history has taught us that when people dare to dream big and they put action, purposeful, intentional action behind those dreams, big things happen. You have it in you right now to be, I was going to say the next any of these, but you have it in you right now to be you. And that you is more than enough to change the world because you are uniquely designed to be have an impact. An impact. And even if it's on one person, it is an impact that changes the world because each time we impact a heart, we change the world, even if it's a little bit. And it is those little bits that begin to add up to the big possibilities, the big changes, the big moments, a little bit at a time. But don't let the world tell you what you can do. Don't let the world limit your possibilities. You are so much more than what the world says is possible. So remember, your dream is a real job. Surround yourself with fellow dreamers. Dare to try something new. Set impossible goals and let historic dreamers inspire your next step. You have it in you right now to do so much more. When you dream and then you pursue that dream, each time you take a step into the impossible, you open a whole new world of possibilities. So stop letting the world dictate the limits. Untether yourself. Remember, untether yourself from being grounded to the world, being bound to the world, and take flight. Get your wings and take flight into all of your possibilities because you can if you will. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Growing Hope. I am very excited about keeping on, living our big dreams, daring to step into our possibilities, creating our best lives. If you are struggling in any way, remember you can reach out to me today. Just head over to catherinelang.com and click the button to schedule your free call, and we'll walk through this next step together. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel or subscribe to your favorite audio channel. And please, would you share with a friend so that we can continue to grow hope all over the world? Thank you again for joining me. I am Catherine Lang, your voice and face of encouragement. Until next time, whatever you're doing, find a way to be blessed and to be a blessing.
Thank you for joining us for Growing Hope with Catherine Lang, where we are sharing hope, encouragement, and inspiration to do more. Visit www.catherinelang.com to invite Catherine to be part of your event or to share your own stories of possibility living. Until next time, remember that a seed of hope planted and nurtured will grow up into a world of possibilities.